Alright guys, welcome back. My name is Brad. I'm going to talk about the soldier class and the robot class in this video. So the soldier will start with 10% more damage with assault rifles, and you can carry more grenades and ammo in general with everything. The starting berserker is an ammo beacon. This will refill bullets and to all allies in the radius. That's pretty straightforward. The berserk tree starts off with durability. The ammo beacon will last 5% longer. The second skill in this tree is exploding rounds. So the ammo beacon will give exploding rounds, and this will make it so that headshot damage by those bullets will increase by 10%. Lightning strike, this will electrocute all nearby enemies upon placing the ammo beacon, and each level will increase the damage by 5%. Speed will make it so that the ammo beacon gives ammo 10% faster. The explosive reserve perk skill, I'm just gonna call them perks because I'm more accustomed to saying perks, guys. So yeah, I'm going to say perk for now on. So the explosive reserve perk will allow your ammo beacon to refill +1 explosive round and grenade every 3 seconds. The sap perk will jam the weapons of enemies inside the ammo beacon for +2 seconds. That way, you can rush into a room, place it down. If the enemy's inside it, boom, he can't shoot you for a given time. In torch, this will make it so that enemies inside the radius of the ammo beacon, they will be set on fire and the resistances are dropped by 20%. In the player category, silver bullets will increase damage by 2% with all weapon types. Grenader will increase grenade damage by 15%. GPS will make it so that nearby loot will appear on the map, and each level will add 20% range to your detecting range, I guess you could say. And the loot perk will make it so that enemies will drop 10% more ammo and cash when they die. The scavenger perk will allow you to collect ammo, cash, and health kits off the ground by walking near them instead of like picking them up and like manually like it normally is. And each level will increase the collect range by +5%. The worker perk will make it so that each kill will give you and your allies +10% XP, cash, and damage for a few seconds. And the last one in the player skill tree is final stand. This will give you 10% more health from a second wind, and you will use no ammo whenever you are downed. In the arsenal skill tree is bayonet. This will make it so all of your guns, like any gun that you have, will have a bayonet on it. This will increase your melee range, and your melee damage will be increased by 10%. Stockpile perk will make it so you can carry 5% more ammo of all ammo types. Magazine will increase magazine size of all your weapons by 10%. Pistol Pete will make it so that you have 10% more accuracy and 5% more pistol damage. Grenade launcher will make it so that all assault rifles you have will have an underbarrel grenade launcher, and each level will increase the explosive damage by 5%. Duck and cover will make it so that you have 20% less recoil when you are crouched. And the last one in the arsenal skill tree is warmonger. This will add +1 weapon slots and +1 inventory slots. And the weapon slot is just like what you have equipped, so you can like hold your switch weapons button, and it'll open up your thing, and you can just like use the D-pad to like select ones that are that you normally wouldn't be able to get to just by tapping D-pad right, left, up, down, or whatever once. Now moving on to the robot class, that you'll have 10% more damage with melee, 10% more damage resistance, and you can actually jump higher. The starting berserk is a jetpack, and this will just let you fly around for a period of time. You could use this to like escape combat, get to a chest that's far away, or in general, I guess, just use it to aid you in combat because it'll be harder for enemies to hit you. So in the berserk category, recharge will make it so that killing an enemy while using the jetpack will slow down your berserk consumption by 5% for a short period of time. Fuels will increase your berserk duration by +3%. Guardian will make it so that you can carry allies while using your jetpack, and any ally that you're carrying during the duration will give them a +20% health boost. Icarus will make it so you can fly 10% higher and 7% faster. Cooler will make it so that it will decrease the cooldown of your berserk by +2 seconds. Share will make it so that nearby allies regenerate their berserk meter 10% faster when you are using your berserk. And the flamethrower will let you pull out a flamethrower during your berserk, and it will give you +5% fire damage and +5% range per level. And that's a last one. That way, it's like you don't have to like pick something you don't necessarily want. Because if you're in jetpack, you can shoot your regular guns, but if this is like not a last perk to choose, then you know, you don't want to be you don't want to be forced to like pick it just so you can advance down further, or advance further down the tree. So in the player category is bounce. You will jump higher and you have 15% more damage resistance while you're in the air. Shield will make it so you have plus 10% resistance to all element types. Heightened response gives you plus 20% resistance to fall damage, and you'll do 10% more damage while you are in the air. Recon will make it so all nearby enemies, loot, chests, and incoming projectiles will appear on your map, and each level will increase the range by 20%. Robo Chance will increase your damage by plus 10% when you're downed. Super Cyborg will auto-aim to nearby targets when you are downed, and each level will increase the range at which you can target people by 7%. And the last perk is Pocket. This will add 1 to your inventory space, and then you can have a total of 5 extra shit on you, I guess. In the arsenal category is Power Fist. This is 10% more melee damage. Bomb Cycle. Anytime you kill an enemy with a grenade, it will give you a grenade back, plus 1 grenade back. The Spiked Fist will make it so you have plus 10% more melee damage, plus 5% bleed damage for 5 seconds. Sniper will make it so that you have plus 7% zoom and 7% less recoil on all weapons. The Ballistic Fist will make it so that you have plus 10% melee damage, and every time you melee attack, like you hit the melee button, it will shoot plus 1 projectile over plus 5 meters. Slurpee will refill plus 3% ammo after every kill. And then the last one is Steady Hands. This will give you plus 15% accuracy, plus 5% melee speed, and plus 10% less recoil. And the next class is going to be the Engineer. You have 10% more shield capacity and 10% faster shield regeneration, 5% more chance to find a rare item as a drop, and 5% more chance for critical hits. The starting Berserk is a sentry gun, and it'll work just like the one in Borderlands did, and you'll just shoot whatever's in front of it. So the Berserk thing starts with shield. This will generate a shield around your sentry gun that will deflect bullets back towards an attacker for plus 5% damage. Death Do You Part will make it so that your sentry gun will stay around when you're downed, instead of like you know, in Borderlands 1, like you know, get low health, you throw it down, you get down, and it will just disappear. With this, it's not going to happen. It'll stay there, and it will not run out of duration, like at all, once you are downed, and it'll get plus 5% damage. And the only way for it to actually disappear when you're downed is to, like, you know, you die, or you know, you get revived, and the duration ends up just going away after that. So the Trigger perk will make it so you have it has a plus 10% faster fire rate. Stun will give a plus 5% chance for the sentry gun to daze an enemy for 3 seconds. Battery increases duration by 10%. Each kill that the sentry gun gets will add 2 seconds to the remaining duration. Piercing will give you a plus 5% chance to ignore armor, plus 10% chance to ignore shields, and plus 20% chance to penetrate plus 1 enemy. The last one is Mobile Sentry. This will make it so that your sentry gun will follow you around and shoot enemies in any direction, not just in front of them. And it'll get plus 10% speed and plus 10% range with each level. In the player category, there's Charge. This will regenerate your shield by plus 3% whenever you get a kill. Knockback makes it so that whenever your shield is depleted, all nearby enemies are pushed backwards, and each level is plus 5% range that it will affect them. Sharpshooter gives you plus 7% damage when getting a headshot, plus 3% damage whenever you get a critical hit. Mechanic makes it so that you can repair 5% of your sentry gun's health whenever you melee it. This will prolong its duration when people attack it, of course. SP rounds, this will give you plus 10% damage to armored enemies, and you can shoot allies to regenerate their shield by 7%. Treasure Hunter will make it so that you can find 20% more money in containers, and Fixer will make it so that you can combine 2 different element types, or in this case bullets, and you will do 10% more elemental damage with each thing. In the arsenal tree is Toolman. This will replace your gun butt melee with a wrench for plus 4% damage and plus 4% melee critical hit chance. Siphon will make it so that when you are downed, you can melee an enemy to extend your bleed out time by 10%. The Wrench Slayer perk will make it so that you melee 10% faster and you have plus 10% melee damage to shields. Laser sights will make it so all weapons you use will have laser sights, and this will increase your accuracy by plus 12%. Danger close will make it so that explosives have a 10% larger radius and a plus 5% chance to ignore shields. Seasonal will make it so all elemental effects last for plus 1 second and plus 10% more damage with those elements. And then Rangers will make it so that whenever you kill an enemy, this will cause all allies to have plus 20% accuracy, plus 20% shield regeneration, and plus 20% magazine size for a few seconds.